We all have a dream, a destination, a city of gold we promise ourselves we'll reach one day. But most people never even begin the journey. Not because we don't know the way, not because we lack ability, but because we are waiting for a perfect day that never comes. It's called tomorrow. This is the story of a man who believed in tomorrow so much that he forgot how to live today. In a quiet valley hidden between two sharp mountain peaks lived a man. He was not what people would call lazy. He woke up early. He kept his home clean. He avoided distractions. In fact, he was always busy. But his busyness had a strange pattern. Every morning he would take out a worn leather map. The map that led to the legendary city of gold. A place of success, fulfillment, purpose. He studied every line of that map as if his life depended on it. He polished his walking staff until it gleamed. He oiled his boots until they shined like mirrors. He prepared and prepared and prepared. One morning, everything was finally ready. He was about to start his journey to reach and explore the city of gold. He stood at his doorway, his bag packed, his heart steady. This was the day. But then he looked up. A thin layer of clouds drifted across the sky. He paused. "The humidity," he murmured. "The air will be heavy. The climb will be harder." He slowly removed his bag, placed it back inside. "I'll leave tomorrow, on a better day." The next week, the sky was clear. The wind was dry. A perfect opportunity. He stepped outside again, hopeful. But the sun was sharp. Too sharp, he said. "It will drain my energy. I must be wise. I should wait for a cooler day." And once again, he stepped back inside. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. And months into years. The villagers began to notice something strange. He never left, yet he was always about to. Then he became known by a name. They called him the Master of Tomorrow, and they laughed at his ignorance. As days passed, one evening, as the sun dipped behind the mountains, an old woman passed by his house. Her clothes were soaked from sudden rain. Her steps were slow, but steady. The man rushed to the gate and shouted, "Hey, stop!" The old woman stopped. She turned and looked at him. The man said to her, "The road ahead is dangerous. The bridge is slippery. The fog is coming in. Wait here. Leave tomorrow morning when it's safe." She said softly, "Son, I have been walking for 20 years. If I only walked on perfect days, I would still be standing where I was born." And then she continued walking into the mist. The man stood frozen. For a moment, something inside him cracked. A small voice whispered, "Go now." But louder than that voice was the one he had listened to his whole life. "Tomorrow will be better." And so he stayed. What he doesn't understood, that the time does not argue. It does not wait. It simply moves. Years passed silently. His hair turned grey. His hands grew weak. One morning, he reached for his walking staff. But his fingers trembled. He looked at his boots. They had cracked, dry, forgotten. He walked slowly to his door and opened it. The path was gone. Where once there had been a clear road, now stood wild thorns, thick trees, and tangled roots. Nature had reclaimed what he never used. The man sank to his knees, and in that moment, the truth finally arrived. He was never waiting for the perfect weather. He was hiding from discomfort, from failure, from starting. He had mastered planning. He had mastered preparation. But he had never mastered the one thing that mattered, the action. That he forgot. So the greatest lie we tell ourselves is not, I can't. It is, not today. Because tomorrow is not a day, it is a trap, a comfortable illusion that slowly steals your life, one delay at a time. Conditions will never be perfect. You will never feel completely ready. But life does not reward perfection. It rewards movement. Don't wait for the sky to clear. Walk, even if it rains. Start, even if you're afraid. Because in the end, the only people who reach their city of gold are the ones who start to leave today.